So we definitely got sound, everyone can hear me. So look, I'll get stuck right into this. So hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. I also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you'd like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it get put together live, send me a message today. Alrighty, so I've got a budget gaming PC build tonight. So this will be under the Christmas tree, no doubt, for some lucky young fella. So look, let's just jump right into it. So we got a Ryzen 5 5500 6-core 12-thread CPU. We have the MSI B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi motherboard. We'll have a look at that when we unbox it. We have a Gigabyte Eagle RTX 3050. We have a 16 gigabyte kit of RAM, 3200 megahertz CL16. We have a 500 watt power supply here. We have a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. We have the new Gamemax Storm 2 case. So I haven't used this case yet, but on paper it looks the goods. So we'll have a look at that a little bit further as well. But that's pretty much our build here. So like I said, it's a budget PC build, so we don't have an aftermarket cooler or anything like that. We just have the basic 7 components, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's get stuck right into it. So I'm going to switch over to our board view there. So this is right there, you can see what the motherboard actually looks like. And what I'll do is I'll open it up here and I'll go and point out the features on this motherboard. And you should be able to quite easily see the board and see what I'm actually talking about. Close for me, bloody hell. Okay. So as you can see there, it is the same board that you're looking at over there. I think the pixels are slightly stretched to make it fit the screen there, but you get the idea. So up the top corner here we have our 8 pins of CPU power. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fan headers. Obviously our AM4 socket there, our 4 DIMM slots, dual channel memory across the 2 slots. We have our ATX power there on the side. We have a USB-C front panel connector header. We have 4 SATA ports there, horizontally orientated, plus a horizontally orientated USB 3. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 RGB headers, 2 12 volt and 2 5 volt. Along the bottom here we have an LED switch. We got our front panel connectors. We have a speaker header there, 2 USB 2s. We got a COM port debug headers. We got our front panel audio down the bottom, our nice little golden audio capacitors there next to our CMOS battery. In the middle there we got 2 M2 slots, so a heatsink on the top one, no heatsink on the bottom one. We have our PCIe X16 slot here. I will go and remove the sticker there, and we got 2 little X1 slots there if we needed them. But around the back here, we've got pretty decent rear I/O. So we've got 6 USB ports, we've got our Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5, Wi-Fi card, audio. You have a PS2 port there. We've got a VGA port if you wanted to plug an old VGA monitor into this board, but we've also got our display port and VGA there. However, with this PC, we're going to be plugging into our graphics card. So yeah, that is the MSI Pro VDH Wi-Fi motherboard. I've used probably hundreds of these boards, to be honest. They're quite reliable. They've got good features. I can't really fault them. So MSI, they're famous for their motherboards, right? So, you know, even some of their cheaper ones, you know, like this one, are actually excellent in terms of their reliability and the features for the price that you pay. Okay, so here's our Ryzen 5500. It's basically the cheapest CPU you can get for AM4. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's this massively powerful CPU or anything like that, but it's perfect for a budget gaming PC build. Because like I say to people all the time, if you're on a budget, you will always sacrifice your CPU to get the best graphics card you can possibly afford. And with this build here, we've sort of done everything we can to keep the price down as much as possible. So even though you might want to upgrade from your 3050 graphics card in maybe 6 months time or something like that, this is an excellent way to sort of get started on a budget. So we're using the stock cooler here that comes with our CPU, so we had to remove the brackets that are pre-installed on our motherboard just to make it super complicated and anxiety laden for anyone who's building their PC for the first time. So always tighten this down opposite corners. They have screws that don't let you over tighten them, so when you feel that the screw won't turn anymore, that's fully tightened. So don't try and over tighten it any further from that point. Okay, and so, hang on, let me move back to full screen there, sorry about that. So, at the back there, you can just sort of route your cable nice and discreetly there, then you don't have a freaking long cable sticking out in the way. See how I've done that there? Just sort of behind the plastic shroud and around the bolts there. Just use up that cable length there, then you won't have a skanky cable sticking out. Okay, so our NVMe SSD is our 1TB silicon power here. So we'll chuck that in the bottom slot. We'll leave the top slot open just in case the customer wants to increase their storage at some stage. Because, I mean, 1TB is pretty good, still holds up in this day and age, but if you've got a large library of games, you may need more than 1TB. Just saying. I'm not trying to sell you anything that you don't need. I'm just saying that, you know, there are plenty of games that are like, you know, 250 gig and stuff. So you can't fill up. You know, that's 1/4 of a 1TB drive. So. Anti-theft packaging. We're in Australia, we don't have freaking Micro Center or whatever. In America, they've got all this shit like on the shelf in a store. That's why there's anti-theft packaging for it. We don't really need it in Australia because there's no retailers in Australia that just have this stuff like RAM just sort of sitting there on a shelf in a shop or something like that. So this anti-theft packaging is just a pain in the ass for us here in Australia, really. Okay, so that's our board. We're all prepped and ready to go. RAM, CPU, cooler, SSD. Now, let's turn our attention to the case. So this is the part I'm excited about because this is a new case for me. I haven't used this one yet. So I picked this up at Umart, and if my memory serves me right, it is a $69 case. So pretty good. It comes with, it said, addressable RGB fans. So let's open it up. Let's have a look. Let's make sure that we do have addressable RGB fans, because it's really, really cheap. You know, if it does have addressable fans for that price, man, that's a good price case. Right. I will bust out the what do you want to call them, the slot guards, for lack of a better word. What do we have here? Okay. Ah yes, there we go. 5-volt addressable cable right here. Awesome. Well, that is pretty good value. So yeah, 69 bucks and 6 pre-installed addressable RGB fans. Man, I mean, I can't really fault it too much, right? It's a full-size ATX case. Probably the biggest thing I could fault it on is, don't think there's room to mount a 240 radiator up top. I think you're going to have to mount that to the front. But other than that, that's really the only, so far, it's the only bad thing I can say about it. You know, just on the surface, just having a look at what the makeup is. I mean, I quite like this case. It's nice and short. Dimensions of it look good, and yet you've got 3 120s at the front and 2 on the top and 1 at the back there. Not bad. Okay. So just have a few bolts to adjust here. Got to get the correct offsets in place before we put our motherboard in. Yeah, no, definitely no room for a 240 radiator up top. Just FYI. But still, realistically, I don't mind this case. I think it's pretty good, especially for a budget case. Or even, you know, realistically, even a budget mid-range. It's fine if you just do a CPU, like a tower cooler. No problems there. In fact, it'd be ideal for a tower cooler, realistically. Okay, so moving on. So we'll get the I/O shield in, and then we'll start getting the rest of it together, and we'll be pretty much done. It's not going to take long. Nice quick assembly. And that's good. It's Friday night. It's got to be time for a beer, right? Okay, so let's get a couple of bolts installed. So we'll route some cables behind the board. Make sure this is all looking nice and tidy at the front. Okay, so front panel audio. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. We've got a USB 3 there on its side. Okay, so believe it or not, it is graphics card time already. So here it is, our little Eagle. What kind of Eagle do you think this is? Not sure if it's a wedge tail. Maybe it's a kite, not an eagle. There we go. So some people might ask, is the RTX 3050 the worst graphics card you can get these days? And the answer is no. No, that title goes to the Radeon 6500 XT. And obviously any of the GTX or GT NVIDIA cards are also much weaker than this. Okay, so that is our rig here tonight. Pretty straightforward. No fucking around. All right. So have I done it right? Is there gonna be a fire like the other night? Oh shit. Oh shit. We got tiny people too. No. I'm gonna put a couple of extra bolts on the motherboard before I forget. Oh, and I don't think I've plugged in the fan cable. Our fans are daisy chained, but I don't think I've actually plugged that into the motherboard yet. Alright, so that's all hooked up. So the fans aren't addressable. That's the catch. Power on. The fuck? Nothing. Do we have a damaged cable? No. Have we got a dead power supply? Okay, well, look. So I'm not getting anything from it, and it's not the cable, because I've unplugged the cable. If it is a bad power supply, we'll just continue with this one. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I could hear a cat meowing. He was trapped in another room. All right. Well, look at that. We've got a dead power supply. Alrighty, so we've got a dead power supply. That's okay. What the fucking hell is going wrong here? Do we have a bad cable? No. Was that not plugged in? Apparently not. Well, that might fucking do it. Bloody hell. Pretty strange behavior right here. Alright, seem to be going alright now, so it's most probably the dead power supply. Everything else is all good, the buttons are working, it's definitely not the cable or any of that. Okay, there we go, we're posting. How good's that? Oh, I don't have... Just a second. I need my keys. Alrighty, so looks like I need to get a new power supply. Well, that's okay. That's why we have spare power supplies just sitting here ready to go. Non-working power supplies. So this is just a Thermaltake GF1-A 650 watt. So you know it's nothing special, but it is a top quality unit. 10-year warranty on the components. Just give it a second. Come on. Pretty sure I need to update my flash drives here. I start seeing this error more and more. There it goes. So what's going on there is it's most probably the motherboard is trying to communicate with the flash drive that's got the Windows install on it, and for whatever reason it's sort of creating a bit of a problem there, and it's getting stuck in a bit of a like a feedback loop sort of thing. Okay, well, DOA power supply, so that's just a straight refund. It's just a straight swap for the customer. So yeah, pretty good. Easy as. I'll be able to swap that on Monday, and then yeah, customer's local, so I'm going to drop this off to him, so there won't be any delay. But we're just going to have to look at the PC with its guts hanging out like this tonight. That's just the way it's going to be. You can't have my test power supply. I need that for me. But no, all good. I mean, the rest of the components seem to be good. Fans look great. And yeah, honestly, it probably kind of worked out well, because I didn't realise this power supply had ketchup and mustard cables. So I'll get you one that doesn't have ketchup and mustard cables. How's that? Could have sworn that SilverStone one had black cables, but anyway, that's alright. Oh man, every day or a couple times a day I get messages saying Facebook has determined that your page needs to be deleted unless you fill in this form and blah 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 blah, and it's absolute bullshit. My page is not going to be deleted by Facebook. They make tens of thousands of dollars a year out of Tim's PC on Facebook, so they're not going to delete my account. I'd have to do something seriously wrong for them to delete my account. They're all just spam messages. I get multiple every day, trying to tell me that, you know, if I don't do something, my account's going to be deleted. I'm in violation of Meta's policy, and it's like, no, I'm not in violation of Meta's policy. I know what Meta's policy is, and I haven't violated it. And it's like, you know, I actually get phone calls from Facebook periodically to ask me, how's everything going? Are you happy with Facebook ads? Blah blah blah. Is there any feedback or anything we can do to help you out? I get those sort of phone calls once a quarter. So if Facebook's got a problem with me, they're not going to send me some random message from some random ass account. They'll actually make contact with me formally and tell me that there's a problem. So I see it all the time. It's really annoying. Okay. Fluffy Meow. Look, mate, I'm not going to give you any tuna until I finish this PC build. Okay? Alrighty. Oh. Apparently my S key is getting stuck. Okay, so don't worry too much here. It's not going to take several minutes. It's pretty much done now. Okay. Now my drive enclosure is fucking up. There it goes. Alright, there's our graphics card driver. Okay, we'll set up some custom desktop icons so we can keep everything nice and organized. Alright, so we're pretty much done. Well, we're done with the offline portion. Alright, so quick restart. Now that we've restarted, we can plug in a LAN cable. So basically we've got our graphics card driver and all of our motherboard device drivers installed. So the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the chipset, LAN, audio, all that good stuff. So that's all done now. And now we just need the stuff that's online. Okay, so there's gaming apps there, MSI Afterburner. That's pretty much it, right? No. That's all looking pretty good. Okay. So we're just waiting on MSI Afterburner. Alright, we'll just set up what we want to see on our on-screen display. Okay, so while we're waiting, we can run Heaven, High, no anti-aliasing. Alrighty, so the stuff on the screen there, GPU there in green, that's our graphics card. We've got our temperature, usage, clock speed, wattage. MEM in green there, that's our VRAM usage and clock speed. Sorry about that. CPU there, we've got our temperature, usage, clock speed, wattage. RAM is our RAM usage, and this number here below RAM, that's how many frames per second it's currently running it. Okay. So that was heaven there on high with no anti-aliasing. Next we got Valley. We run this one on higher settings, so Ultra, max anti-aliasing. Valley's more demanding than Heaven, even if we ran it on the same settings. Not every game runs the same, so it's important to do a few different benchmarks to get an overall picture of the performance of your system. Alrighty, so that was Valley there on Ultra with max anti-aliasing. Then finally we do superposition at 4K, and you would never try and run 4K from this graphics card, but we're just doing this because we run this benchmark on all graphics cards for all PCs that we build. So it's for comparison's sake only. It will be a low frame rate, but yeah, like I said, you wouldn't try and run 4K with a 3050 anyway, so just FYI there. If you're going, oh shit, the frame rate looks a bit low, that is to be expected with this, because we're using this graphics card to do more than what it should. Hey, 30 frames a second at 4K, that's nothing to be snuffed at from a 3050. Alright, well this is nearly done, and I'm not going to be doing the stress test on this one, at least not tonight, because I need to get a new power supply for this unit, and I need to close up the panels to do the stress test. So, it's pretty pointless right now. Oh, but yes, happy days. From what I've seen, everything is running as expected other than our dead power supply. Alright, well look, I've got a little bit of other random shit to do here. Stuff to install. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to leave it tonight. So, nice quick one here. 20-minute adventure. 20-minute adventure, in and out. Alright, so I need Cinebench here for our stress test, even though I'm not doing it tonight. I will need it at some stage. Okay, well look, that's where we'll probably leave it for tonight. So look, yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video.